Once, a monk was asked, "What is poison?" They replied, "Excess of anything makes it poison." Think about it. Anything in our lives that is more than necessary becomes poisonous. Let it be food, hunger, wealth, power, greed, ego, and even love and care. Even too much positivity is poison. Therefore, moderation is key. Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to talk about something that has been gaining a lot of attention lately, and that is toxic positivity. You may have heard about this term on social media and maybe even in your everyday conversations. But what exactly is toxic positivity and how is it harmful? In this video, we are going to explore the concept of toxic positivity, its effects, and what we can do to combat it. What is toxic positivity? Toxic positivity is the idea that no matter what happens in life, you should always remain positive and happy. It's the belief that we should always focus on the good and ignore the bad, no matter how challenging or difficult the situation may be. Now, don't get me wrong, positivity can be a great thing. It can win you lost battles. Being a sports person myself, I know and I understand how much of a difference it can make. But when it becomes toxic, that's when things start to go wrong. Toxic positivity takes it to the extreme and can actually be harmful. Repressing and invalidating your feelings is harmful to your mind and body as well. Also, hit the subscribe button. Don't worry, it won't be toxic. Nope. Now, let's talk about what are the effects of toxic positivity. One of the biggest problems of toxic positivity is it can invalidate people's feelings and experiences, therefore leading to a lack of understanding and empathy. When we constantly try to remain positive and happy, we bury our own feelings and struggles, because of which we are toxic to ourselves. And along with that, we are toxic to others as well, because we struggle to relate with those who are going through difficult times. This can lead to lack of support and understanding from your side to those who need it the most. It's always easier to understand someone's feelings if they're going through the same as you are or you already have. Toxic positivity is forced, false positivity. It may sound innocuous on the surface, but when you share something difficult with someone and they insist that you turn it into a positive, what they're really saying is, my comfort is more important than your reality. For example, if someone is going through some challenging times and they express the emotions to their close ones, and they get responses in phrases like, "Just think positive, look on the bright side," this can make them feel as if their feelings are not being heard or understood. It can also create a culture of shame and guilt, making people feel as if they're not doing enough to be happy and positive. If someone is going through a tough time and we just tell them to cheer up, it can make them feel as if we are not really listening to them. And that's the last thing we want to do. I have been that toxic person, and I'm pretty sure that you have been as well. More than telling them to just be positive and then, move away or go away from them, it's better to sit in the mud with them. Be a listening ear, be a resting shoulder. Sometimes all somebody needs is just someone being there with them. That's it. Toxic positivity can be harmful because it encourages people to suppress their emotions. Instead of acknowledging and working through difficult emotions, people may feel as if they always need to put on a happy face and push through it. This can be particularly problematic with individuals already suffering from some mental health issue, because it can prevent them from seeking the help and support they need. When we push away our negative emotions and focus on being happy all the time, it can make us feel as if we are not allowed to have those feelings. And that's not true. It's okay to feel sad, angry, frustrated sometimes. In fact, it's totally normal. Having feelings doesn't make you a negative person, it makes you human. So, what can we do to fight or combat toxic positivity? The first step is to acknowledge that it's okay to not be okay. We all have difficult emotions and experiences, and it's very important for us to give ourselves permission to feel them. Rather than trying to push them away or ignore them, we can work through them in a healthy manner. Since childhood, we are taught that denying our emotions makes us stronger and more resilient. But research shows that it actually makes us less resilient. Remember, your emotions are not a weakness. They are your strength that connect you to humanity. We can also work on developing our empathy and understanding for others. This means being willing to listen and validate their feelings, even if we do not completely understand them ourselves. We can also work on creating a safe and supportive environment where people feel comfortable expressing their true emotions without fear of judgment or shame. We need to be more mindful of our language as well. Instead of telling somebody to just be positive, we can try to validate their feelings and offer support. Depending on our relationship, we can say things like, "I'm here for you. I'm proud of you. My job is to make your life easier right now. This is how I'm going to do it. Does that work?" Or maybe just ask them, "How can I help?" Or, "I hate that you're going through this, but I know you've got this. You've got a lot on your plate. Can we set a time to chat every week? I know we don't know each other very well, but I went through a similar experience, and if you ever need advice, I have plenty to share." When we honestly ask ourselves which person in our lives means the most to us, we often find that it is those who, instead of giving advice, solutions, or cures, have chosen rather to share our pain and touch our wounds with a warm and tender hand. Finally, we can focus on creating a more balanced approach to positivity. While being positive can certainly be helpful, it's really important for us to acknowledge the difficult times of life as well. By accepting and working through these challenges, we can build greater resilience and strength. Running away or burying your problems doesn't do it. It can be part of the process, but ultimately, facing it builds resilience and strength that will help us get through tough times. So there you have it, folks. Toxic positivity is a real thing. It is a harmful concept that can invalidate people's feelings and experiences, leads to lack of empathy and understanding, and prevents people from seeking the help and support they need. But we can fight it, we can combat it by acknowledging people's feelings and emotions, being mindful of our language, validating other people's emotions, and focusing on a more positive approach to positivity. You may not be a toxic person in general, but sometimes we just end up being toxic in certain situations. Once we realize it, we can accept it and we can start working on improving ourselves. This applies to each one of us. If you like this video, check this one as well. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to share this with your loved ones. See you next week. Bye.